Hello! Thank you for viewing this video from the Academic Advising Center at West Georgia Technical College. You have chosen to enroll in a competitive selection program. What that means is that you must take specific competitive required classes and meet specific requirements in order to compete for the Surgical Tech program, which has limited seats. The Surgical Tech department takes around 12 students per competitive selection deadline, June 1st. Surg Tech is offered at the Murphy campus only. However, you can take your competitive required classes anywhere. Now, some of you may be saying, my major from admissions is not my program. You may see healthcare professional or healthcare management in addition to surgical technology. Do not fear. You must have a core major in order to complete your competitive required classes before you enter the program. Everyone automatically goes into healthcare professional, but some people's financial aid works better with healthcare management. Generally, if you are Pell eligible, you will need to be in healthcare management. It is up to you to speak with financial aid and confirm which core major is better for you. To view your competitive selection program's requirements, please click on the link we sent to you in your email or go to www.westgatech.edu, then hover over Academics, click on Student Advising, then Competitive Selection Process. Click on Surgical Technology. Now that you have pulled up the competitive selection sheet, you must read the entire sheet. I repeat, you must read the entire sheet, first page through last, every line. You will see the first section labeled Courses Required for Competitive Selection. These are the classes you must be finished with before that competitive selection deadline. This is where your competitive GPA comes from. You must have a minimum of a 3.0 GPA in these classes to be able to compete. The required GPA is listed near the end of the document. You want to aim for A's to make yourself more competitive. Last year, the average GPA of students who were accepted was a 3.36, but the average GPA of students who are accepted changes every year because the students who compete change every year. The 8 classes that are counted in your competitive GPA are English 1101, Math 1111, ALHS 1090, Biology 2113 and 2113L, which you must take together. See the note all the way to the right. Then Biology 2114 and 2114L. Again, you must take these together. And Psychology 1101. You must pass all of these classes with a minimum of a C. If you make a D in either Biology 2113 or 2113L, you will not be able to move on to Biology 2114. You will have to retake the D. When registration comes, Banner will force you to register for both sections on your own, so please email us with the CRN of the portion you need to drop, either the lecture or the lab. Then, at the bottom of page 1 and the top of page 2, you'll see Courses Required Before Cohort Starts, which you must be done with before the program itself begins. The cohort always begins the semester after you compete, so when you compete June 1st, during summer semester, you will need to be done with Courses Required Before the Cohort Starts, which would be the fall semester. You can be enrolled in those classes over summer semester if you have not already completed them. Do pay attention to the note beside additional 3 hours from area 1, 2, 3, or 4. If you pull up the competitive selection sheet on a device, you can click to the link to see all the class options for your additional 3-hour requirement. Keep up with the dates of registration on the academic calendar. You will want to register as soon as possible because your preferred classes may fill up if you delay. If the class you want is full, advising cannot override you into it. The biologies do have wait lists, which means if there's a spot on the wait list, you can register yourself for it, but that does not guarantee you admission into the class. If a seat opens up and the people before you on the wait list have been moved over, then you will be automatically moved in. Please be checking your banner web to see if you have been moved off the wait list and into the class. Again, advising cannot override this process. Your best bet is to register early. Also, register for a section that does have an open seat. If you are on the wait list for a lecture or a lab, you will be required to be on the wait list for both sections since you must take them the same semester. Please email us if you have any issues. Please pay attention to the prerequisites and notes. There are some classes you must take before others and some you must take together, like science lectures and labs. They are all listed out. You can take these competitive required classes on any campus, and they can all be taken online except the biology labs. But once you get into the Surge Tech program, you must attend the campus you compete for, the Murphy campus. You can only register for classes that are part of your current declared program major. Anything else is outside of major and you'll have to pay for it out of pocket, so only register for the classes on the sheet we have been looking at. Use DegreeWorks from your banner web wisely. DegreeWorks is a great resource to see what classes you've taken and when you've taken them. However, for competitive selection programs, DegreeWorks is not always accurate. Sometimes it can list a whole list of extra classes that you are eligible to take under the Healthcare Management core major, but that are not required for Surge Tech competitive selection. Other times, it lists all the programs together, so you need to follow the competitive selection sheet. Do not use DegreeWorks to determine what you still need. You can take just one class per semester or more than that, depending on what you are comfortable handling. You want to set yourself up for success, to be able to make the best grades possible, and to complete your required classes before the competitive selection deadline, and so you do not have to retake any classes. It can be difficult to maintain a full-time status, 12 credit hours, while working on prerequisite program courses, and that's okay. Do speak with financial aid to see how your aid will be affected should you take fewer than 12 credit hours. Next on the sheet, you'll see the deadline of June 1st for the Murphy campus to start in the fall semester. You must be done with all classes and all requirements for competitive selection before that deadline. Do know that June 1st of 2022, the cohort did not make, but we are hopeful for the future. The Surge Tech program has not been discontinued, it has just been put on hold. But now we do have a program director who is hired who will be able to continue on with the program. The other requirements that you must meet before the competitive selection deadline are: you must be in good academic standing and regular status. Non-Georgia residents will be considered in the competitive selection process on a space available basis. Students who are reciprocity for residency purposes are included for consideration. You must have a minimum of a 3.0 competitive selection GPA, which is now 100% of what the evaluator considers. You may use the GPA calculator to calculate your competitive selection GPA. The 8 courses above must be passed with a C or higher, and science courses expire after 7 years. You must also have an American Heart Association for Healthcare Provider BLS CPR certification, which you can complete anywhere. You just must upload your current card to the website when you are ready to compete. Now, as of September 2022, the PSB Psychological Services Bureau exam is no longer a requirement to compete for Surge Tech. 100% of what the evaluator considers is your competitive selection GPA. Here are some statistics about students who competed in 2021. 57 said that Surge Tech was their intended program, 9 students applied, 9 were accepted, and the average competitive selection GPA was a 3.36 for selected students. And we know that the PSB is no longer a requirement. You also have the potential of bonus points, with a maximum of 3 able to be attained. 1 point for any healthcare clinical work experience, 2 points for 6 to 12 months of surgical work experience, such as a surgical technician or surgical clerk, 3 points for more than 1 year equivalent of full-time experience as a surgical technician. Bonus points must be verified by being written on company letterhead and including the dates and time, the job title, and a brief description of duties. Then you'll see the complete file review request form, competitive selection file review link. This is what you will fill out when you are ready to compete. You will fill out and attach everything all at once, so wait until you have everything completed before filling it out. You must submit before the hard deadlines. You may compete for only one program per competitive selection deadline. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks from the deadline date to find out if you were accepted into the program. You will receive all communication from the evaluator via your student email, so be checking it daily, just in case there's other documentation he or she needs from you, and also to receive word of the process. If you are accepted into the program, the faculty will register you for your program classes. Please be checking your student email. For those who are not accepted, you have the option to work on improving upon the requirements to compete again, or you may choose to pursue another program. Now, the Surge Tech program is 3 semesters long, or 1 full year, and is a full-time commitment. The program's classes run during the week, with clinicals potentially during the week and on Fridays. Review these success tips to ensure that you establish SMART goals, that you understand course requirements, reach out to your instructors, and form study groups with your fellow students, that you know your campus resources, such as academic advising, tutoring, counseling, and funding options to assist you in your educational journey, and that you form consistent study habits now before you are in the program so that you can carry these working strategies with you upon acceptance. Dean of Health Sciences answered some commonly asked questions for us about the Surge Tech program. How long is the Surge Tech program? Once admitted to the program, it is 3 semesters long. What would be the cost of program tuition, not including core classes? The estimated tuition for Surge Tech courses, including books and other associated fees, is $5,926. WIOA can help eligible students offset some of the program expenses. What type of course and testing format does the program utilize? Program classes are web-enhanced or hybrid courses except for surgical microbiology and surgical pharmacology, which are 100% online. Exams and tests will be in an online format unless otherwise noted by the instructor. Students must have proficient computer knowledge. What does a typical semester schedule look like? For fall semester, students will be in classes Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. For spring and summer semester, classes will be 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Mondays, with clinicals Tuesday through Thursday at various hours. Where are the clinical sites located? Atlanta, Haralson, Carroll, Douglas, and Coweta counties. Will I be able to work full-time while I'm completing the program? Due to the rigorous nature of the program, working full-time is not recommended. Please take time to map out your semesters on the At a Glance sheet and email us if you would like a fresh copy. Please email us with your specific questions so that we may pull up your file and answer you. And good luck competing!